Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday morning. Yeah. What are we doing today?
Oh. As you can see, there's another axle behind this axle. Well, we've decided to build a version of a 10-wheeler 4x4 style. If it turns out like I have in my head, it's going to be awesome. If it don't, we're just going to waste a whole bunch of time. But anyways, so that's what we're going to get started on today, is connecting these two together and see what we end up with. But that's been the thing we've been keeping quiet. But yeah, we're going to build a 10-wheeler. That's why we're looking for the big stacks. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, like I said, if it turns out like I planned, this thing is gonna be killer cool. But I like four-wheel drives. Lowriders are cool too, but I like four-wheel drives, always have. So I'm gonna build a 10-wheeler, four-wheel drive version, 35s. So let's get started. Let's roll back forward.
Alright guys, we got the back of the frame from the 2001 Chevy 2500. We got it tore apart. We are going to be moving these leaf springs. So from here, we're going to utilize this pad here and put it on it. So we're more or less going to swap sides, I think. So this leaf spring going over here, but on this spot. This one will go over here on this spot. So we can slide it up into this frame. That's the plan.
I'd be like, oh crap, I can't do that.
Help me get it in there.
I want to lift it up, it's heavy.
I know.
Oh my God, just slide it. I ain't gonna be able to reach until I get in there. Whoa, way too far.
Sorry.
Holy crap, that thing's heavy.
Let me go get a jack.
Set her down. Jack gonna work?
Jack will help. I can balance it once I get it up there.
I did not expect it to be quite that heavy.
What do they call this? We're gonna marry them together.
Tainted love. Oh.
Tainted love. What's that? Tainted love.
I don't know.
You used the word.
I like words.
You're strong, big boy.
Definitely gotta go back.
Now?
Oh yeah, you went way too far forward. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Right in that area somewhere. I don't know if I'll get up there. Oh yeah, baby.
I'm going ahead and come, man.
Let me get up here.
Whoa, whoa. You have to use the jack. Steady it.
This needs to go up a lot. Look.
Oh, it don't fall off. Hang on. You gotta come in now. Ah! Heavy.
These things are blunt now. Ugh. Dang. Either that or that. No. That's gotta go up more in the back, maybe. I think we'll have to lift the back really high to get this somewhat level, and then we'll have to shove down on it.
So keep going up with the jack if you
It's
can.
up all the way almost.
Go in. All right. Where do I need to? How far do I need to go? Okay.
That was all, huh? See how you probably can't see it. Super unlevel right now.
It's gotta be.
Quit doing that. Put a self tapper in it. Probably ain't gonna hold it. It's probably gonna snap off because it's weak.
Why don't you grab a board and run across the bottom of that?
Well, I don't know how to grab the pinchers.
Yeah, why don't you grab the pinch?
Jeez, man. Act like this is your first day at work.
Only my second. Gee. Where do you want it by right there?
About level with the frame. Feel like that tighten up. Alright, now the back's gonna have to come way up to make it level here.
Alright, ready?
And then we'll bend it down.
Without dropping the front one.
Alright, can you hold it for a second?
Go up a little more.
Crap. There's a bolt right in the way. Alright. See what happens if you let it down. That's what we wanted to happen. Alright. Now, you do the same thing the other side, and then we need to roll the rear end under them and kind of get an eyeballish where the tires are going to sit. We need that in the exact same spot, which I'll measure later. Alright, hold on to her, I'm going to let them down.
That's a good idea. Oh, now we're in time.
Yep. Let's roll her up close.
Go your way.
How how far a dual's gonna stick in.
So since we are having to move the leaf springs, we are having to cut off the leaf spring holders on this axle and move them in on both sides. That's what Davey's doing now. Alright, so Davey got the brackets cut off. We did have to trim down the shock mount for this one too, but I'm going to get it all cleaned up and then he's going to weld them back on where they need to go. Alright, so I'm going to take these up front and put them in the vise so I can get them cleaned up so Davey can get them welded on. Went ahead and slid the axle in under the leaf springs so Davey can get that welded up. I got all the surfaces cleaned up and stuff, ready to be welded, but we have to make sure that we are even on both sides with the rear axle. What do you think?
Looking at the tire on the inside, they're dead even.
Good?
Pretty daggone close.
Are we level with our leaf spring? Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yo, Scudder. Wanting to get that frame, but boy, that thing's gonna be heavy.
Before we weld that?
Kind of get an idea where we need to be here. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to cut this off because of this. And I think it's gonna slide inside this one. And I'll be able to weld all this up. But obviously I'm gonna have to cut more. Before anything, we can go ahead and get our pads welded on. And then we can actually bolt the axle to it. I feel like the pinion needs to come up more. Even though we ain't using it, I feel like it needs to come up more. Load a little.
3/4.
There. That's 3/4.
Yep. This one's gonna be different. You come back this way.
Shoulder.
Yep, 3/4. Think you're good.
Good. Alright. Where I want them. Plug me in.
Plug it in, plug it in. Alright, so Davey's gonna go ahead and get the leaf spring mounts that mount to the rear axle. He's gonna get those welded up so we can pull the leaf springs and axle back out so we can figure out the back part of the frame right here. Practicing that pageant way for when you win an Oscar.
You never know. I mean, stranger things have happened. I am pretty.
now putting the U-bolts down it so we can put these leaf springs on the 06 covering frame and then put the other part of the frame that we're going to add in right here to attach the leaf springs back here. Let's see what size that was.
Anyways, we didn't video a whole lot today, but we did a ton of fabrication. A lot of measuring, cutting, welding. Anywho, this is going to be what we're going to end up with eventually. Obviously, duals, but yep. Back axle is there. I am going to cut some of the back of the frame off as much as I can. But anyways, that's what she looks like. I've still got a lot to do. I've got a lot of bracing to do, a lot of welding to do. Anywho, yeah. It's going to be a long project.
It is going to be a long project, but we are going to start cleaning up the shop because we made a huge mess today. So, Carter's helping sweep. But yeah, we're gonna clean up and then we've got a meeting to go to tonight. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna do. Clean and go to the meeting, and then tomorrow morning, we are supposed to go look at some stacks in the morning for it. Hopefully they're what we want and we can get them bought. But other than that, yep.
Calling it a day.
Yeah, we're calling it a day, and we'll get back on Log Dog tomorrow sometime.
All right, see you all tomorrow.
Good morning, guys. It is Thursday morning. We are headed down a little ways past Maynard, Arkansas to look at some stacks one of our friends has off of his semi. Hopefully they work for us and we can keep working on Log Dog to get it done. Alright guys, we're down here a little ways past Maynard, Arkansas at a buddy of ours, and we bought his stack that came off of his semi. He went with 10-inch stack, so he sold us his 8-inch stack. So we do have stacks now. They are crazy long. We might have to cut them down just a little bit so we can still go in and out of the shop with the truck. But yeah, we got them loaded down on Clydesdale, and we're gonna head back to Donovan here shortly. Alright guys, we are headed back to Donovan. We ended up getting a lot more than just stacks. Pat showed up and he gave us a whole bunch of stuff for the build. So Tracy and Amber Chester, they gave us the stacks, and they're pretty sweet. They need cleaned up a little, but they're gonna work real well. But yeah, we're pretty excited. We got fenders, we got a bumper, mud flaps,
Spring-loaded mud flap.
yeah, spring-loaded mud flap. We also got semi-cab lights. Not sure if we're gonna put those on yet or not because we just got the other ones working, but they are pretty cool. He gave us a really nice visor also. I mean, it's gonna be cool. We're excited to go try and start getting some stuff put on. We do have to still finish the rear end of where we added the other axle in. We gotta get that finished today. I probably have to call and order diamond plate because we are going to go with diamond plate on the back to kind of box it all in, make it look good. But yeah, we're headed back. All right, guys, we made it back to the shop. This is everything we brought home with us here. We got, we wanted 10, but 8 inches is going to work. We got 8-inch stacks. They ended up letting us get some fenders. We got 2 of those. Front bumper, rear bumper, flat, mud flap that have the springs in them. Pretty excited about those. We're not sure what all, I know we're using the stacks 100%. Oh, we got cab lights also. We're using the stacks 100%. I don't know about the front bumper or, yeah, those are pretty cool.
Got big old cab lights.
Or the fenders. I'm not 100% sure about the fender either because we don't know how far apart we know how far apart they're going to be, but we don't know if the fender is going to fit where we need it to fit yet or not. But definitely have to cut it down. Yeah, because they hang off the bed a ways. But yeah, but we're going to go ahead. I think it's what, 1 o'clock, a little after 1 o'clock today already.
1:30.
1:30. So we've got some welding and stuff we got to get done on it. We're going to jump over and try to get a bunch done that we can. I had to order diamond plate, so that won't be here until Tuesday. But we've got a lot we can do before then, so we're going to get over and do that. We do have to put the shocks back on this part of the frame. Got to get new brackets welded up down there on the rear end so we can put the shocks back on. Our visor and our front bumper, got to get them cleaned up, polished up so they can go on the truck. These sweet mud flaps we got. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Dude, that's going to be sick.
Spring loaded. West.
Let me look from back here.
Huh?
Oh yeah. Dude, this is going to be a heck of a truck. All right, guys. So while Davey's working on, he's got to get some more of that frame welded up. It's going to take a minute. He's going to get on that. He's going to clean the top of the frames off because we are going to be boxing in the top of the frame to make it look more like a semi there. Probably going to use diamond plate. I already got that ordered, but it won't be here until Tuesday. But he's going to start working on that. While he's doing that, I am going to clean these stacks up. They're 8-inch stacks. We got off our buddy from Zooped Up Garage in Maynard, Arkansas. We're gonna get them cleaned up. I usually use like the SOS pads is what I like to use on stuff like this because all of this right here, that should take most of that off. I want to try to get them as shiny as I can. I want the chrome to pop. So that's what I'm gonna do right now while Davey's working on that. Get all those bugs off. Working hard.
Or hardly working.
Hey, they're cleaning up pretty good. I got a lot of this off right here.
Not shabby.
You can tell he's been working on the frame. He got black soot all over him.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, I got most of the soot around, the black soot around the tip gone. This one did really well. I'm still gonna probably polish it just because I want it to bling, you know. But got most of the soot off this one. I'm gonna have to hit that again probably. But yeah, they're coming along, getting clean. They're gonna be big and they're gonna be shiny. All right, guys, so I ran out of SOS pads. I still could use a little bit more cleaning on that one over there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. That could use a little bit more scrubbing, but I ran all the SOS pads and Davey's still working on the frame. So I'm gonna go in and probably help him. We're gonna put these inside for now and then maybe tomorrow I'll get some more pads and clean on them some more and get them polished up real well. But I think they're gonna work really well. They're in better shape than we originally thought, so I think they're gonna work good once I get them polished up and stuff. This spot needs a little bit more cleaning, and this spot here needs a little more cleaning, but it looks a lot better than it did before. So we're gonna run this angle iron all the way down the frame on both sides so we can attach our diamond plate to it. That way we don't have to move that shock mount up there because we really have nowhere to put it.
I don't know about this one, but at least I won't have to move these.
Yeah.
Alright, so what I ended up doing, took this 2-inch angle and I'm gonna put it on there, and then whenever I get the diamond plate, I'm gonna lay it on there across here and cover all this up. Cut me a piece out here, box it in. This will be coming off, this will come off. But this way, I should be able to go over my shock mounts. I'll go over all this stuff that was sticking up too high with this extra 2 inches. But what I'm doing, I'm pretty much gonna box it in. No bed, but I'm boxing in the frame so you don't see all of this ugliness. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
All right, guys, it is Thursday evening. We didn't get a whole lot done today because we had to run down past Maynard a little way, almost to Pocahontas, Arkansas, to pick up, stacks, and we got a whole bunch of other parts given to. Like to give a shout out to Big Rig Auto and Paint out of Pocahontas, Arkansas. Also T&A Trucking out of Maynard, Arkansas, for all the semi parts that they give us for us to put on this build. We tested the bumper out. Looks really good. We are gonna do the bumper because it is awesome. The piece for the rear bumper, we're gonna incorporate it in also, that come off a semi to the rear bumper of the build. It's gonna look awesome. The stacks, they're gonna be sweet.
They're gonna be awesome. They're gonna be there.
Yeah.
They did give me a visor to put over the windshield too. If I can make it work, which I believe I can, that thing is gonna look sick. But yeah, we've got a lot of fabricating to do. She hit me today because I mouthed a little bit, but I'll be okay. I'm a big boy.
Anyway, yeah.
This truck is sooty.
Very. I mean, that.
We didn't power wash it before we started.
We are done for the day. So that's gonna be it for this video.
I'm clean now.
Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Peace.
Thanks for watching, guys.